Need tools? We've got you covered. Go to ChromebookParts.com or click on the link below to pick up this sleek, portable toolkit. Flip the device over and unscrew the 5 captive screws in the bottom cover. Gently insert the opener pick on the hinge side of the bottom cover and slide along the edges to pop the bottom cover free. Unplug the battery from the motherboard. Remove 3 3.5mm screws from the motherboard bracket. Remove 1 2mm screw from the SSD. Unplug the SSD from the motherboard. Remove 4 3mm screws from the heatsink and 3 4mm screws from the fan. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the LCD cable from the motherboard. Unwind it from the grooves on the fan. Unplug the fan from the motherboard. Remove the heatsink and the fan. And remove 1 2mm screw from the Wi-Fi card. Unplug the Wi-Fi card from the motherboard. Remove 2 2mm screws from the motherboard. Pull back on the clips holding the RAM in place, and unplug the RAM from the motherboard. Unplug the DC jack from the motherboard. Unplug the speakers from the motherboard. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the daughterboard cable from the motherboard. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the touchpad cable from the motherboard. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the palm rest cable from the motherboard. Unplug the CMOS battery from the motherboard. Gently lift up and pull back on the motherboard, taking care not to bend or damage the ports. This will also likely unplug the daughterboard cable that's plugged in underneath. Using a 99% isopropyl alcohol solution, clean any old thermal paste off the new motherboard and heatsink. Plug the wider daughterboard cable underneath the motherboard. And replace the motherboard back into its port slots. Replace the two 2mm screws back into the motherboard. Plug the DC jack back into the motherboard. Plug the speakers back into the motherboard. Plug the daughterboard cable back into the motherboard. Plug the touchpad cable back into the motherboard. Plug the palm rest cable back into the motherboard. And plug the CMOS battery cable back into the motherboard. Plug the RAM into the motherboard and push down to secure the clips. Plug the Wi-Fi card back into the motherboard. And replace the one 2mm screw. Plug the SSD back into the motherboard. And replace the one 2mm screw. Apply a small amount of thermal paste to the motherboard as shown. And replace the heatsink. Replace the 4 3mm screws back into the heatsink. Replace the fan, and wind the LCD cable back into its grooves. Replace the 3 4mm screws back into the fan. Plug the LCD cable back into the motherboard. And plug the fan back into the motherboard. Replace the motherboard bracket. And replace the 3 3.5mm screws. Plug the battery back into the motherboard. Replace the bottom cover, and push down to snap it back into place. Tighten the 5 captive screws in the bottom cover.